You did it. You're at the last lesson of Unit 3, Graphing Inequalities. So we're going to do this mostly as a review. We've done this quite a few times. So as we're working together, these are the things to look out for. How I use algebra to solve the two-step inequalities. Watch how I'm representing the inequality on a number line, and how I identify potential solutions from that number line, and then verify it with substitution. We've been doing this for a few lessons now, so this is our last opportunity to become true masters at it before we take our assessment. Let's jump into our first model in our last lesson in this unit. We're going to create our zero pair and retain balance on both sides. So I have 2x is greater than 12, and I'm going to isolate my variable. X is greater than 6. So here's my solution. Let's graph it. And we're going to use the number 6 over here. So because it's greater than 6, I'm going to have an open circle, and I want all the values to the right of 6. We'll choose a number in this solution set. Let's just pick, actually I feel a little feisty. Let's pick 6 and 5/10. And I'm doing this because a lot of times we choose whole numbers and we don't think about decimal values and fractional values, but they do work. So 2x minus 5 is greater than 7. I'm going back to my original. 2 times 6 and 5/10 minus 5. And 2 times 6 and 5/10 is 13. So 13 minus 5 is greater than 7. And it is true. 8 is greater than 7. So we once again have a valid solution. Hit pause, Math Marvel, so you can jot this down in your notes. And let's go to the second one. All we're doing is graphing, but we also want to check our work algebraically. Let's try with this one. And ooh, this one's spicy. So 2q minus 3 is greater than 5q plus 3. You notice that you have variables on both sides. We want all the variables on the same side. So would we rather move this one over, or do you want to move this one over? And we're going to use inverse operations to do so. And again, we want to make a zero pair somewhere. So watch what I'm going to do, Math Marvels. I actually would rather subtract 2q. Let's just do that. Let's see what happens. So a zero pair here. Now I have negative 3 is greater than 3q plus 3. Now I'm going to create a zero pair. And I'm left with negative 6 is greater than 3q. And now I'm going to isolate. And that means negative 2 is greater than just 1q. So here's our solution. And now we're going to try graphing it. So you see how we took an equation that looked, an inequality that looked really spicy because we had variables on both sides. But using our zero pairs, we can make sure that we only had a variable on one side. So here we're going to have negative 2. And I want q to be all the numbers that are less than negative q. So I want all the numbers to the left. So again, open circle because it's less than. And my solution set includes all these numbers over here to the left of negative 2. So let's try again. I don't mind being too spicy. Let's say when q is equal to, let's make it a fraction, negative 2.5. So let's put our original in. 2q minus 3 is greater than 5q plus 3. All right, so 2 times 2.5 minus 3. Oh, remember this is a negative 2.5, so I'm going to have to put that negative sign. 5 times negative 2.5 plus 3. Okay, 2.5 times 2 would be 5, so negative 5 minus 3 is greater than let's see, 5 times 2.5. I'm going to do a little mental math here. 2.5 times 4 is 10, plus another 2.5 is negative 12.5. Plus 3. All right, negative 5 minus 3 would be negative 8. Is negative 8 greater than negative 12.5 plus 3? So negative 12 plus 3 would be negative 9. So negative 9.5. And yes, this is a true statement, Math Marbles. If you think about our number line, let's say this is negative 8. A lower number would be negative 9.5. So yes, negative 9.5 will be further away from 0, so it is less than. So we do have a valid solution. And again, I just wanted to use fractions and decimals to remind us that our solution set may not be whole numbers, may not be just be integers. So just be on the lookout for using fractions and decimals as well. They can be possible solutions that we don't want to just dismiss. So hit pause, jot this down in your notes, and let's get to practice. This is our last lesson before our end of unit exam. So ask as many questions and ask others for feedback to make sure that you are being very accurate with your work and successful. I'll see you in the next unit, Math Marbles. Be well.